the whole time tonight, every time you try to make a joke, because you can't be serious in the moment.
I'm just looking for that laugh.
Like, sometimes, like, I need you to be serious.
I need to calm down my comedy, because the minute things get serious, or if I get nervous, I go.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black But Another One. We're talking to you guys about 90 Day Fiance Last Resort, season 1, episode 5, but we're specifically dealing with Ed. And why do I always forget her name? You know who I am talking about, Liz. And I think the reason why I wanted to focus on Ed and Liz is because he keeps making these jokes throughout the relationship. And I wanted to ask this question. I wanted to answer the question that is more general. Why do men, specifically men, and I mean, it can apply to women, but specifically men, why is it that they end up being so unserious in a relationship? Why is it they're always making jokes in a relationship? When things get serious, they joke. Why is it when conversation that you is really important to you, they start making jokes? Because you're starting to feel invalidated. You're starting to feel like, you know what, this person's not listening to me. They're not paying attention. They're not really being invested in you. But there is a story behind this as to why they are doing what they're doing. And Ed is a great way to be able to explain what's happening. The truthful answer is a lot of times, men like Ed are not trying to acknowledge serious conversation because there's a fear behind what it would mean and the implications of it all. I'll explain in the next few minutes. If you're new to this channel, do me a massive favor, like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for the notification of the uploads, okay? We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So, you know, we're putting on some great shows for you guys. So do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. And for those of you who are returnees, you already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Stay hydrated. All right, let's get into this video. Let's talk about this and break this all the way down for you guys as well. Sorry, I took that off. Okay, so Ed here is having a conversation with Liz, and she's talking about wanting him to be more serious. We'll watch a little bit more, and then we'll explain.
Funny. And I'm sorry for making jokes instead of paying attention. But I know, I just don't want you to think I'm taking this lightly. I'm not. I'm serious about us.
See, so because he's been making all these jokes, it's going to make it sound as if he's taking things lightly. He's not really paying attention, or he's not really being invested in what you're kind of going through, Liz, right? So for the ladies, they're going to feel like they're not being heard. They're not being seen. They're not really being appreciated when you start making jokes at serious times. The reality of the situation is people make jokes for several reasons whenever it comes to serious moments. One of them is to just generally be funny. It breaks attention in the room. But underneath that, sometimes breaking attention in the room is because you're uncomfortable with the tension. You're uncomfortable with that silence. You're uncomfortable with that more serious conversation. And the reality is you're not comfortable having that type of conversation. So you try to divert and deflect away from that conversation, right? You're not ready to have that serious talk because that would mean serious feelings. And serious feelings means acknowledging that you have to go deep within yourself to say, what am I feeling? And if I don't like what I feel when I'm in serious mode, then I'm going to try and avoid it. Added onto that, that serious place where you start to feel emotions or start to have to really take stock of what's happening, there's another fear that happens. The fear that having this serious conversation is going to come with very bad news. Because, you know, why have a serious conversation if there's not going to be bad news? If it's good, it's not so serious. Or so we think. And so what we attach is serious conversation, bad news, probably going to leave me. Insecurity now kicks in. Probably going to leave me or tell me she doesn't love me no more, doesn't like me no more, isn't attracted to me no more, the sex isn't good no more. Something that's going to make me feel bad as a person. And so we try to avoid having those or being in that space where we have those serious conversations because we're really trying to avoid the end product, which we believe is going to come up. Something's going to be wrong with me. And if something's wrong with me, something's now wrong with the relationship, which means now we're probably going to no longer have this relationship. Our mind starts overthinking things and taking it to its furthest conclusion, and the fear begins to kick in. That's where I see why Ed ends up making always these jokes. You know, the unseriousness can be a fear of rejection and a fear of not being heard and not being listened to on Ed's side. If I get into a serious conversation, will I be heard? Will I be seen? Will I be understood? Will I be mocked? Will I be able to be have a conversation without being interrupted? When you start having those thoughts and feelings too, it stops you from wanting to engage in that kind of conversation. Let's keep it light. I want to smile. I don't want to have to think about serious things. That's going to make me think about bad things that happened to me in the past. So let's keep it light. Let's keep it energetic. Let's keep it fun. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to go too deep. You know? So there's a whole bunch of things as to why I believe Ed does that. But I think with Ed and Liz specifically, what I see is obviously him now making an effort, a concerted effort to try and change that. I think the therapy lessons helped when he started realizing, speaking to the coach, that, you know what, the person that came through the door was unhappy, was unloved, uncared for, unappreciated. Of course, if I start having conversations about seriousness, I have to start acknowledging that person who is in a place where they're not being loved, cared for, appreciated. If I start having serious conversations, I have to start acknowledging serious things about me. And that puts me in a mind state where I'm going to have to start really considering things that I don't want to consider. It's easier being in a light-hearted state where I can think about the good things of life, the positive things of life, the things that make me smile rather than the things that make me sad. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notifications. Let me know your thoughts down below. Love to hear your thoughts about Ed and Liz in this relationship, okay? I know they spoke a little bit about her supporting him. Hopefully she does that as well. Appreciate you guys.